Secretary, I could not agree more with every single word you said. And to be quite honest, I'm not sure I can expand on that adequately. But what I would like to do is talk about something that happened yesterday. Um, in fact, what I did is, as we started to prepare for this acknowledgement of an incredible milestone of 400 miles of wall system being complete, I sent out something that I do all the time. I sent out a tweet emphasizing the very comment that the Secretary has just made for us all. How this wall system, it's a essential part of a decades-long, multifaceted strategy of infrastructure, technology, and personnel. How everywhere that multi-layered strategy is utilized, CBP's operational capacity to secure our borders and protect the American people is exponentially expanded. As the Secretary mentioned, the wall system, one of many tools that allows us to dictate this ground, to dictate where the smugglers go, not where they want to go. My tweet intended to educate the American people that borders matter and the great things done by the men and women of CBP and DHS as a whole. My tweet was intended to emphasize that border security is national security. And the tweet was similar to hundreds and hundreds of tweets that I've sent over the past couple of years. But none of you today got to see that tweet. Americans across this great country didn't get to see that tweet or the very critical information that was contained in that tweet. Because Twitter, they removed that tweet and they locked my account yesterday. And I'd like to take a moment to talk about that tweet. The tweet basically read that walls absolutely are an important part of a multi-layer strategy that assists the men and women of CBP to apprehend criminals. That's what my tweet said. And Twitter took the tweet down. Ironically, as they're having a hearing on Capitol Hill on this very issue, Twitter employees were actively censoring another administration official. This should outrage every American citizen because they didn't lock me out. They locked you out. They imposed their own ideology, their own belief system to justify keeping the truth from the American people because it didn't fit the very obvious and transparent agenda. They may have locked my Twitter account, but they're not going to lock my voice. So let me unlock the truth that Twitter has tried to lock. And let me start with a chart. And I'd be more than happy, anyone here can have this information. In fact, I may just send this out in a tweet. Last year, FY20, Border Patrol alone had almost 2,500 apprehensions for criminals. And it ran the gamut from assault, battery, burglary, homicide, illegal drug possession, illegal entry, illegal weapon possession, sexual offenses. The list goes on and on. CBP-wide, almost 9,000 criminals that we apprehended trying to make their way illegally into this country. So with all due respect, Twitter, you're locking my account doesn't pass the BS test. And let me give you a couple other tweets that I've sent out that for some reason that was okay. This month alone, in this fiscal year, just in October, I've sent out several tweets. I'd be more than happy to give everyone a screenshot of this, where in October alone, we Border Patrol apprehended multiple sex offenders from California, Arizona, Texas, New York. Right here in Texas, we apprehended a convicted pedophile that had been convicted for having sex with a minor. So it's true and it's accurate and it's factual. I've got the Twitter, and I'll give you the screenshot of where Border Patrol apprehended a convicted murderer. I've got a screenshot again where we apprehended a gang member, and that's just within the past 30 days. You know, it's ironic to me that for some reason, if the Ayatollah tweets out for the full and complete destruction of Israel, somehow that's okay. But me tweeting out about how effective the wall is and how it absolutely helps us apprehend criminals that try to illegally enter this country, somehow that is hate speech. That's absurd. And like I said, that doesn't pass the BS test. So, thank you, Mr. Secretary, for indulging me to talk about that. So, look, let me also say as simply as I can. The Wall